Indiana Newsdesk is made possible in part by Smithville Fiber, the Gigacity Company, fiber internet, HD, and digital IPTV in Southern Indiana. More information at smithville.com. Maller Grodner Attorneys, providing legal services to clients and the community. Understanding, expertise, results. Bloomington and Indianapolis, lawmg.com. The IU School of Education, preparing teachers, scholars, and administrators to improve teaching in Indiana and around the world. education.indiana.edu. IU Alumni Association, connecting IU's network of alumni and sharing the Indiana spirit through scholarships, advocacy, and volunteerism. alumni.iu.edu. The Radio and TV News Endowment, a fund established by listeners and viewers to sustain reporting of Indiana news. More information at indianapublicmedia.org/support. And by WTIU members. Thank you.
Coming up on Indiana Newsdesk. Indiana usually sees fewer than 20 hepatitis A cases a year, but the number of cases since November is more than 7 times that.
The more people you can get immunized, the less chance you're going to have an outbreak in your county.
Ahead, more on what's behind the uptick and how you can protect yourself against infection. These wipes are marketed as flushable, but city utilities say they're clogging sewers and creating a lot of problems.
Even though it says flushable on it, doesn't always mean that you should just flush it down the drain, because out of sight's not out of mind for us.
And a former Seymour police officer is launching a business to teach people how to fight back in an active shooter situation. Those stories, plus the latest news headlines from across the state, right now on Indiana Newsdesk. Welcome to Indiana Newsdesk. I'm Joe Wren. A spike in the number of hepatitis A cases in southern Indiana is sparking a lot of questions. Now, Indiana usually sees an average of 20 cases a year, but the state says nearly 150 people have been diagnosed with hepatitis A since November. People aren't as familiar with this strain of the virus as they are with hepatitis B and C, and as Barbara Brozier reports, that's only increasing people's fear of being infected.
When people walk into the Clark County Health Department's clinic, one of the first things they see are stacks of pamphlets and fact sheets explaining hepatitis A.
We get a very minimal amount year in, year out in a normal year, but it already started to notice a kind of abnormal pattern back. It was late November, early December.
They've seen more than 50 cases of hepatitis A since then, and many of them have been traced back to a larger multi-state outbreak. Health officials here say they became concerned when they noticed several inmates being transferred to Clark County from Louisville were carrying the virus.
In a situation where there's a large population in a small confined area and using communal bathrooms and food prep where it's all in the same area, I mean that's your worst nightmare as far as containment goes.
The virus did spread beyond that population. A school even closed for a day because of potential exposure. Yezel says what makes Hep A so tricky is it's much more contagious than hepatitis B or C. It has a fecal-oral spread, which means people can contract it through contact with an infected person or ingesting contaminated food.
The classic hepatitis A exposures have been where you have somebody with contaminated hands that works at a restaurant, say the salad bar, then the next day or next few days you get 50, 100 people that come down with hepatitis A. And we're not seeing that with this epidemic.
But the outbreak does have many Hoosiers worried about whether it's safe to eat out. Clark County is just one of 7 seeing an uptick in hepatitis A cases. In Lawrence County, more than 20 people have been diagnosed with the virus. That includes workers from at least 4 restaurants.
Well, everybody's worried about it. I mean, nobody wants to get it.
The health department is offering vaccines, and Rita Lewis says she knows a lot of people who are getting them. But she's taking a different approach to avoid Hep A.
It's pretty scary. We quit eating out.
Yezel says those fears are overblown. While several Clark County restaurants also had workers who contracted the virus, he says there hasn't been a case of someone who got hepatitis A simply from eating somewhere. He says it's the health department's job to alert people of potential exposure at a restaurant, but it doesn't mean they should stop eating there.
honestly, I think it's probably about one of the safest times to go eat right now, because nobody wants that, wants that stigma of being one of the restaurants that's had an exposure.
Barbara Brozier joins us now to talk a little bit more about this. So who exactly do they recommend get vaccinated? Everybody?
So there are certain populations that are considered to be more high risk just because of how this spreads. That includes people who have experienced homelessness, injection drug users, people who have been recently incarcerated, and then men who have had sex with men. So those are the priority populations for vaccination. But because of how infectious this is, many local health departments are recommending, hey, if you can get the vaccination, you probably should.
And is the vaccination readily available? I mean, is there enough to go around?
That's a good question. The Clark County Health Department, when this outbreak first started, told me that they actually had a really hard time getting vaccines. They did work with the State Department of Health to get more of them, and the State Department of Health has recently obtained some additional Hep A vaccinations that they've identified 28 different counties in the state that are at a higher risk of maybe having an outbreak of their own. They're working with those counties to get some vaccines so they can work on vaccinating those priority populations.
Sure, and I know this is changing day to day, but do they expect to see a decrease before an increase?
So Clark County Health Officer did tell me that he expects to see for the next 18 months to 2 years higher than normal case numbers, and he expects that to happen throughout the state. Here in Monroe County, they said they wouldn't be surprised if the outbreak does in fact come here. So it's going to be a while. We have not reached the level of Kentucky, for example, which has the worst outbreak in the country right now. Over 900 cases. We're right around 150. So we do expect to see more, but unclear how big the outbreak could get in Indiana.
Barbara, thank you very much for that report.
Yeah.
A new Seymour business is focused on teaching people how to fight back in an active shooter situation. As Tyler Lake reports, the company hires former and current police, military, and SWAT team members to help with the courses.
Seymour police officer Carl Lamb is the training manager at Be Safe Tactical Training. As a veteran law enforcement officer, he says when founder Andy Rumpf reached out to him, he was skeptical of the idea.
So I thought, well, I'll take a look at it. Try to find a negative side to it. I looked at it for 2 or 3 days, contacted Andy back and said, I can't find a downside to this.
Before training, organizations get a consultation meeting to discuss their specific needs and expectations. The active shooter training can involve fake guns and knives that simulate the weight and feel of real weapons. Participants wear vests that allow them to feel a pain penalty if they are shot by one of the simulated firearms. There's also a sound system that mimics the chaos that might be heard in an emergency situation.
We want to train and teach people one mindset, how not to be a victim, or if you are encountered by a suspect, how you can win that situation.
Indiana State Police can provide similar emergency training, but Lamb says the realistic equipment and stress makes the Be Safe training different. Lamb says Be Safe will adapt its techniques according to client surveys, responses, and critiques. The cost of training can range from $65 for a concealed carry course to hundreds of dollars for a tactical training course. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Tyler Lake.
Now for headlines, we go over to Barbara Brozier, who has the latest on this week's top stories.
Thanks, Joe. Senator Donnelly says he had a good conversation with the president last night about a number of issues, including the Supreme Court vacancy. Justice Anthony Kennedy's retirement has created a dilemma for Democratic senators up for re-election in the states that Donald Trump won in 2016. Opposing Trump's Supreme Court nomination could dissolve some of the goodwill they've built up with his supporters, but backing Trump's pick risks alienating Democratic donors and the party's base. Donnelly voted for conservative Justice Neil Gorsuch last year. Martinsville leaders are asking residents to weigh in on what certain elements of I-69 Section 6 should look like. The city, in partnership with the Indiana Department of Transportation, is opening up a 2-week survey for residents to share their thoughts on the appearance of wall barriers, fencing, and ornamental lighting.
This is all of our community, and everyone wants to make Martinsville proud, and so it matters to us what the community would like to see, their input, what they feel they want to see for their community, because this is going to be here for a long time.
INDOT says adding the extra aesthetic elements is worth the effort and what the agency says will be a small cost. INDOT predicts construction of Section 6 will cost a total of $1.5 billion. The Department of Child Services is working on improving work culture and hiring more supervisors. Those are two of about 20 recommendations included in a report released last week after an independent investigation into the agency. DCS officials also say increasing employee salaries is a top priority.
It's a significant issue for our workforce. They want to be fairly compensated for the very challenging work that they do, and this is an opportunity for us to respond to that.
She says the agency can implement salary changes before the end of the year. Governor Eric Holcomb announced that $25 million from the state surplus will go toward implementing the recommendations, including employee pay raises. The report also said there are too many children in foster care, and it detailed a high rate of reported abuse and neglect. A federal judge has temporarily blocked a new Indiana requirement that medical providers report patient information to the state if they treat women for complications arising from abortions. U.S. District Court Judge Richard Young granted the preliminary injunction. The reporting provision was set to take effect Sunday. A group of organizations is suing the Trump administration and the University of Notre Dame because of changes to birth control coverage. Previously, those under the university's health plans were able to get coverage through a supplemental plan. Now the university has dropped coverage for some methods and will change copays for others, citing the expansion of the religious freedom and moral exemptions to the ACA made by the Trump administration last fall. Notre Dame said in a statement the charges are maliciously and preposterously false. Indiana Muslim and refugee organization leaders say they're disappointed the Supreme Court upheld President Donald Trump's ban on travel from several predominantly Muslim nations. The group says despite what the court ruled, the ban is a racist and discrimination policy.
We'll tell them to remain hopeful in the American people, your neighbors who have welcomed you, and that we will fight together for this.
Hindi says the number of refugees Exodus welcomed this fiscal year is down by about 60% from the last fiscal year. The Indiana Department of Natural Resources is trying to raise awareness about a new fishing rule intended to prevent the spread of Asian carp. The law makes it illegal to collect minnows 500 yards downstream of a dam. DNR officials say when fish feel a heavy current, they tend to swim upstream where they might find a dam. Asian carp minnows often look a lot like shad and other popular bait fish.
You really don't know exactly what you have for bait because there's 58 species of minnows in Indiana.
The DNR is putting up signs around dams in the area to help prevent carp from reaching the lake from the White River. And Joe, that's something that so many communities across Indiana are worried about, which is why they felt the need to really put this law in place.
Barbara, thank you very much. Coming up next on Indiana Newsdesk. Those wipes that are so popular might not be as flushable as we thought. Now they are clogging up sewer systems and costing taxpayers money. And a baseball field is giving a local community hit hard by an HIV outbreak a reason to celebrate. These stories and more right here on Indiana Newsdesk.
The WTIU WFIU news team connects Indiana to the world. We bring you the top news of the day on radio, TV, and online. We round up the stories that have people talking each week and dig deep into the issues that affect your community the most. The WTIU WFIU news team is where you are and telling your story.
$10,000.
15? 15, you think?
20, 21,000?
600.
20. 18 fine.
24.
It's at least 40.
Look at it.
4,500,000.
650.
20.
650.
This textile would be worth about $500,000.
$500,000?
No way.
I knew it. It's just a blanket.
Laying on the back of a chair. Well, sir, you have a national treasure. Wow. A national treasure. Congratulations.
I can't believe this.
Welcome back to Indiana Newsdesk. Well, those wet wipes that you use in the bathroom may not be flushable after all. They're clogging sewers in the state and sending taxpayer money down the drain. And as Rebecca Thiel reports, experts are arguing over which products to blame.
Open up a sewer lift in the city of Warsaw and you'll find a lot of things. Cigarettes, gum, and many wet wipes. Warsaw wastewater utility manager Brian Davison says those wipes aren't breaking down like they should.
Will clog the pumps, which then cause a sewer backup upstream from that pumping station. So potentially we could have sewer backup into basements, run out onto the ground. It can cause problems.
What's more, it's making another problem in Indiana's sewers worse. Warsaw Assistant Utility Manager Larry Hayden says the wipes bind to fats, oils, and grease, which are notorious for their stink. He says he's nearly lost his lunch before.
It's definitely, I would say, probably the worst smell I've been involved in, yes.
Davison says cleaning out these wipes gets expensive, and that cost gets passed on to the residents of Warsaw. He says every time his team gets a call to fix a backup in the middle of the night, it could cost as much as $2,000 in overtime and equipment. But this isn't just happening here, or even in Indiana. Cities all over the country are experiencing these clogs, and some are crafting laws to prevent them. New York City and Washington, D.C. are trying to pass legislation that would change the requirements for wipes to be marketed as flushable. When wastewater workers get together, wipes are a topic of conversation. At this year's Indiana Water Environment Association Challenge in Shelbyville, industry professionals came from all over the state to compete in safety relays. Gary Merriman was there. He helps repair the city of Fort Wayne's sewer system, which has also had issues with wipes.
If I could, I'd drop it in the front door. That would kind of let them know really what they shouldn't do, but so far they frown on that.
According to the Association of the Nonwoven Fabrics Industry, only 7% of disposable wipes are marketed as flushable. The problem is, it's hard to tell. Wet wipe companies don't make it that obvious on the packaging.
These Pampers Natural Clean wipes, there's where it says do not flush. It's just throw it in a trash can. But your packaging, you can see that's where it's hid underneath the packaging.
That's Bradley Fix, superintendent at Shelbyville Water Resource Recovery Facility. He's also part of the water quality nonprofit, the Water Environment Federation, or WEF. Fix says WEF has been working with the wipes industry to make bigger logos where customers can see them. Unfortunately, that's about the only thing that industry and wastewater officials can agree on. They have different ideas about what should be considered flushable and how to test products to make sure they dissolve. The wipes industry argues that flushable wipes do break down. It's other disposable wipes that are to blame, like baby wipes. President of the Association of the Nonwoven Fabrics Industry, Dave Roos, points to a 2016 study where objects were sorted in a New York City wastewater facility.
The largest constituent was paper towels in most of the studies. Paper towels, not designed nor marketed to be flushed.
However, the New York Department of Environmental Protection has refuted this study and says it's not representative of what the agency's seen in New York's sewers. But even if the study's findings are accurate, wastewater experts say flushable wipes have started a bad trend. Here's Brianne Nakamura of the Water Environment Federation.
They were kind of that first category of wipes that were saying, hey, you can flush this, it's allowed, put it down your toilet, it's not a big deal.
Back in Warsaw, Larry Hayden says people need to know that simply flushing a wet wipe can cause expensive problems in their communities.
Well, even though it says flushable on it, doesn't always mean that you should just flush it down the drain, because out of sight's not out of mind for us anyhow.
Hayden says he'll certainly never flush a wet wipe again. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Rebecca Thiel.
Hundreds of thousands of people are expected to come out this weekend to protest the zero-tolerance immigration policy put in place by the Trump administration. Children are no longer being separated from their parents, but over 2,000 of them are still in facilities across the country, and many people are still upset with the crackdown at the border. With us now to explain the immigration debate is immigration expert and lawyer Christy Pop. Thank you so much for being here. This is, again, another one of those stories that changes every day. What's today's update?
Well, so far right now, the zero tolerance policy seems to still be in place, but a federal court has ordered the Trump administration to return the children to their parents in 30 days. The Trump administration seems to indicate that that is not going to be possible. Many parents have been deported already. Other children are scattered across the country in foster homes and shelters, but that's the latest.
So children no longer be separated from parents, but the so-called, is it Flores Agreement, says children can't be held for more than 20 days, but we haven't hit that 20 days since this was put into effect. What can we expect from the administration once the time limit is reached?
I don't think we really know what to expect at this point. The Trump administration seemed to really hope that that they could get the court to change that rule, or alternatively that Congress would pass some sort of legislation, which doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So I think at this point it's really up in the air what they're going to do.
The administration talks a lot about border crisis. Are there any numbers that can back those claims up?
Yeah, that's really not true. Right now we're seeing about 20 to 40,000 people apprehended crossing the border each month, which is down from around 100,000 per month a few years ago. So it's significantly down. Most of the people who are crossing right now are Central Americans who are fleeing violence in their home country. So they're not people who are trying to come here as much for economic purposes as for fear. Yeah.
And we're talking a lot about the border, but we have about 30 seconds. What about here in Indiana? Is there any effect in Indiana?
At this point, we aren't really seeing many people being released here yet, but I suppose once the administration begins to release families from these detention facilities, many will be coming to Indiana to join relatives that are already living here and then to go through their deportation process from here.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you having me
Thanks.
here today. Indiana loves a good underdog story. You see it in the most famous movies about our state, Rudy, Hoosiers, Breaking Away. Now the small Indiana town known for an HIV outbreak has a Cinderella story of its own. Barbara Brosier takes us to Austin, Indiana, where the community hopes a new baseball field will help rewrite its reputation.
The baseball field at Austin Community Park has always been a gathering place for the small city. But its appearance didn't match the sense of pride people have for this place.
Left field was flooding really bad. It was just all dirt infield. Home plate was kind of sticking up out of the ground a little far.
Community leaders applied for a grant through the Scott's Lawn Care Field Refurbishment Program, hoping to win $50,000 worth of field improvements. They didn't think they stood a chance against bigger communities like Los Angeles. But Austin's story of perseverance ended up being the home run it needed.
I think it was as much where Austin has been as to where the community wants to go into the future that made it really compelling. And it's not just their sad story of over the past few years, but it's this really awesome, optimistic view of what it can be.
This community is most well known for a vicious HIV outbreak a few years ago. But with this upgraded field, that's starting to change.
It just looks completely different. It looks really awesome. It's just amazing.
For all the negative we've had, we'll take any positive we get, and this is huge. It's amazing.
The renovated space is where they hope families will gather and kids will make memories. Rather than driving people away from the community, Austin finally has what it needs to draw people in.
Yeah, you might be down now just like this field was down, but you see how beautiful it is now?
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Barbara Brosier.
The city plans to make some improvements of its own to the baseball diamond and hopes the field can be used for more community events. Volunteers gathered at the DNR offices on the east side of Bloomington this week to help much-needed fish habitats for Lake Monroe. DNR officials say the event is a way to involve the community in the well-being of the lake while getting some free labor out of the bargain.
So we're building artificial structures that are simulating that sort of natural habitat that cannot be in the lake anymore or has never been in the lake. We're doing the pallet structures, which kind of create habitat for things like crappie, largemouth bass, bluegill. We're also doing some that are made out of PVC, and they're a cube with corrugated drainage tile running through those. So the blocks actually create habitat within the structure, but also are weighting them down. For Monroe, we're hoping to put in over 200 structures by the end of the summer. And then most of the structures are being built all by volunteers, so it really takes an army to kind of pull off these projects. I know some of the people who behind me are volunteering don't even fish, so I think they just realized that even beyond fish, you know, a lot of birds eat fish. So to have good bird populations, you need healthy fish populations. So it's the food chain. They realize that, you know, you have to have a place for things to live, and that works all the way up the food chain.
And that's the end of this program, but our work continues online as we cover the news throughout the week at WTIUnews.org. Have a great weekend.
Indiana Newsdesk is made possible in part by Smithville Fiber, the Gigacity Company, fiber internet, HD, and digital IPTV in Southern Indiana. More information at smithville.com. Mallard Grodner Attorneys, providing legal services to clients and the community. Understanding, expertise, results. Bloomington and Indianapolis, lawmg.com. The IU School of Education, preparing teachers, scholars, and administrators to improve teaching in Indiana and around the world. education.indiana.edu. IU Alumni Association, connecting IU's network of alumni and sharing the Indiana spirit through scholarships, advocacy, and volunteerism. alumni.iu.edu. The Radio and TV News Endowment, a fund established by listeners and viewers to sustain reporting of Indiana news. More information at indianapublicmedia.org/support. And by WTIU members. Thank you.